Hey guys, my name is Devontae and I sacrificed my time so you don't have to. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, we're about to get into the weeds right now, okay? Gotta pretend I'm a Mexican for a second. I'm gonna start gardening. I'm gonna start pulling out some weeds, okay? I'm gonna pretend that I'm Ivelisse and I'm gonna get on my knees and I'm gonna pull out some of these weeds, okay? Because we're going to talk about Ivelisse. Oh boy, we're going to talk about Ivelisse, and it's not going to be flattering at all. So, how sad is it that my only known fact about Ivelisse, the only thing that I know about Ivelisse is so about 3 years ago, right? I did this video on her, close to 3 years ago, or about 3 years ago. I did this commentary video where I discussed Ivelisse after the whole Thunder Rosa incident. If you guys remember, this stupid cunt went around no-selling the shit out of Thunder Rosa's moves. I mean, she was super duper unprofessional. She was no-selling, she was sandbagging, just a horrible person overall when you take into context the kind of things that you can do to make a wrestler look bad or put their lives in jeopardy or put your life in jeopardy at their hands and put them through that mess. It's a lot of bullshit that you should not be doing in the wrestling ring, all because of petty garbage nonsense. And as I said at the time, and I will say it again, especially with her reinforcing this, Ivelisse is a garbage human. She's a terrible, terrible, terrible human being. I do not like her. I do not like her personality. I think she's unprofessional. And honestly, the fact that she's not blackballed out of the business is just insane to me. I mean, insane to me. So, let me kind of read you guys some of these tidbits from Mrs. Ivelisse. Again, if you want to follow below, as always, you can look at the links in that description box. Follow me along. Follow the channel too while you're at it. So, we're going to go to our favorite Indian website, Ringside News, because they have everything kind of neatly portfolioed for us to look at as far as their tweets. So I have to go all over the place because X sucks. So, here, check it out. This is all, let me give you the context. I'll read the entire article so you can get the context. The world of professional wrestling has truly improved when it comes to women's wrestling for the past decade or so, which is why the PWI 250 women's wrestlers list holds importance now. That said, a former AEW star went on an unhinged rant after getting snubbed from the list. Ivelisse had a promising start in AEW when she joined the company back in 2019. However, she was released from the company after some reported backstage issues, and she blamed Thunder Rosa for slandering her name to AEW officials, among other things. Rhea Ripley recently topped the PWI 250 women's wrestlers list of 2023, which included many other top female competitors all over the world. However, Ivelisse wasn't included there at all. This certainly set her off as she took to Twitter and went on an unhinged rant that concerned fans. Check this out, folks. Check this out. Mind you, I'm going to give her a caveat because I'm not sure if Ivelisse is super fluent in English, but I'll give the caveat, and I'll say that maybe it's not as unhinged as we think it is. Maybe she fails to understand, to comprehend. She fails to comprehend how English language works, and this is how she feels all Americans talk. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, but this is what she said, and I quote, "The fact that you could be so disgusting and low as to exclude a hard-working talent as myself and one of the best out there from a list, quote unquote, that's supposed to actually mean something for us women only for personal reasons. Like, how you're not ashamed of yourself is beyond reason. Trust me when I say every time yet another piece of shit does me wrong and dirty, you won't achieve anything else other than looking like just another piece of shit, trying to make themselves feel good about themselves by wronging me or attempting to lower my worth. Impossibly. The disgusting shit I've had to fucking go through in this fucking business, all because of egotistical people that refuse to act like normal, coherent people, will forever be beyond my comprehension, or be beyond comprehension. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter." She put don't, but I'll say doesn't because that's correct grammar. "Because it doesn't change who the fuck I am or my worth." Snap, snap, head twirl. You go, girl. Bro, and look at this. Is something else she said on another tweet. This didn't actually pop up. I don't like their, because one fan said, wait a minute, are you, because it's, you know, you have simps online and this guy right here just simping the shit. I mean, he's just glazing them cheeks, glazing them Ivelisse cheeks. I don't blame you. She is fine as fuck. Dumb bitch, fine as fuck still. Wait a minute. Are you trying to tell me there is a list of 250 women wrestlers and you're not on that list? What in the blue hell is the criteria? Unbelievable. Gotta do that because you know it's a nerd. You know it's a geek. You know it's a version simp. And Ivelisse replied back with, I don't like their tweets enough, or worse yet, actually speak the truth about things. Hey, is she like she's Puerto Rican, right? I think so. Boricua, but you know, fuck it, I'm not gonna go with this. Okay, but there's so much wrong with this tweet. There's so much wrong with Ivelisse. She's a terrible human being. If I did not bring that up, had I not made that clear enough, I think I've made that clear. I didn't make that clear enough. This crazy psycho bitch actually said, and I quote, listen to what she said on this part, right? Because I'm going to break down her tweet little by little. She actually said, to exclude a hard-working talent such as myself. Need I remind you guys, her reputation, Ivelisse, what you will forever be known by to the general consensus of most wrestling fans who don't follow your bullshit non-existent career that apparently you still have for some reason. And again, the fact that you're not blackballed after that bullshit you put with Thunder Rosa is incredible to me. Brutally incredible. Hardworking does not include doing the things that you do. Hardworking when being a professional wrestler doesn't just come from the in-ring perspective, which, by the way, let me reiterate this one more time. You're known for being a terrible person when it comes to the in-ring stuff because when you don't get your way, you act like an asshole. Part of the professional wrestling business, and then whatever it comes to being a professional wrestler, also comes the attitude, the decorum, because there's that word in front of wrestler. What is it? I know you're a Boricua, but you know, what does it say? It says professional. It comes with the territory. You can't do one and not do the other because that's getting half the job done. So that hard-working bullshit that you're talking about, not so much. Not to mention, if a tree falls in the forest, does it really make a sound? What is the sound of one hand clapping? I will tell you, your mom's cheeks. Continuing on though, she said, trust me when I say every time yet another piece of shit does me wrong or dirty. Do you see what you're doing right now, Ivelisse? Do you see what you're doing right now? You are the piece of shit trying to call people out for not recognizing your non-existing work? How does that work? You know, when I work for my company, I'll do you one better. I remember when I was working for Publix and I got into a big squabble with my manager. One of the most immature things I've ever done in my entire life, because I took a manager's test and I passed said manager's test, and there's another guy who had a little bit more time. He just started working in my store, but overall he's been working in Publix a lot longer at the time when I worked for Publix, and he passed the test also, and he got the position over me. Me not thinking straight, and taking into context that he has seniorship. He hasn't been working for Publix in my store that long, but he has seniorship overall. And my dumb ass going into my office, making a big fuss. I'm just straight up boondocks, pick up a chair, throw it, black person moment. You know, just a bunch of immature hullabaloo that happened about 6 or 7 years ago. And I regret that to this very day, because no, he was just as hardworking. And again, when you have people who are in higher up positions who are making these decisions, they have people on their radar already. Doesn't matter how much of a hard worker you are, as is, that's just the battle. You have to get yourself noticed. You have to do certain things to put yourself into position so people can notice your hard work. That's what he did. I did not do that. He went above and beyond just doing the stuff in the deli. I just did stuff in the deli. Hence why he got the position over me. I had to learn that the hard way, and I took that with me, and I went to my new job, and I grew, and I did other extra stuff. You know, when I was a regular worker, I made sure to learn how to, do certain things like inventory by myself. I learned how to start to order trucks by myself. I started to learn how to do loss and prevention, so we could start all that kind of shit, bang stuff that put me into a position to be a team leader, and then eventually an actual assistant manager as to where I'm at right now. Ivelisse, I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this to show you that you have to humble yourself and understand that when people don't see your so-called hard work, then it's not hard work. If you were actually a hard worker, then people will see your hard work because you put yourself into a position to be seen. That's the hard work. The hard work isn't just being in the ring and just wrestling. The hard work is putting yourself into position to see yourself being. It's no different than any other band or any other rapper or whatever the case may be. Maybe not so much nowadays, but back in the days, you know how many people had to tour, eat shit, get noodles and eat it inside their car? How many wrestlers had to tour and do all this shit before they made it to the big times? You know how many people had to go through bullshit? Wrestling and playing music for just fucking nothing, probably doing some of their best sets ever in front of these small crowds. That's what comes to the territory. You haven't paid your dues enough. Sorry, not sorry. Get the fuck over it. But it continues on because she has such a high and mighty perspective and perception about herself. Look at what she said right here, dude. She said, attempting to lower my worth. Ivelisse, in order to attempt to lower your worth, one must have worth first. You are not worth anything. Right now, within the professional wrestling context, I do not know her as a person. I'm not suggesting she's not worth a damn as a person, although there's a lot of evidence that suggests otherwise if you see how she conducts herself. Sorry, not sorry. Happens to be the case. It's documented. In the ring, we have eyes, we have TVs, we have phones, we have computers, we have the internet. I know they don't have that up there in Puerto Rico because every time you guys look around, a hurricane's taking out your goddamn internet and your electricity, and your corrupt government goes around taking the money and spending on themselves. But over here, and a first world country, which is ironic because you happen to be a Commonwealth. It's a Commonwealth? I don't know the word for it. My point being is though, yes, we've seen all the bullshit that you did. No, your worth is not the damn in the wrestling business. Probably as a person also. God damn it, get out of the way, stupid fan. The disgusting shit I've had to fucking go through in this fucking business, all because of egotistical people. No, Ivelisse, that's where you're wrong. The egotistical people come from yourself. That's some hardcore projection. Who fucked over who? Who ruins who chance in AEW? From my understanding, it wasn't just she didn't get fired. Or again, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think she got immediately fired after the Thunder Rosa stuff, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like, I'm pretty sure maybe she got some consequences, I would like to assume, but I don't believe she was fired for that incident, right? She continued to work. Not until all the bullshit happened backstage is when she officially got fired, right? Right here, I'll actually click on this article real quick. I actually see a highlight. Ivelisse not expected back in AEW after fighting with agents backstage. Okay, yeah, bad. Okay, so it wasn't just the Thunder Rosa stuff. You were a dick and you did other stuff. This is according to Fightful. Mind you, this is going all the way back to that fairy tale land, that caveman time of April 14th of 2021. I know, such a long time ago. A time where Sasha Banks was still working for the company. A time where Bray Wyatt was still alive. I'm not joking, folks. It's fine to say that. It's fine to say that. Don't get your titties in the twist, okay? Dark humor is good humor. A time where people came back because they were too afraid to step outside to get a common code. Yes, Ivelisse, that all happened. We understand. But here, I'm pulling the carriage before the horse, okay? Fightful says, and I quote, Ivelisse has not been at recent tables. It has also been stated that the talent don't expect her to return after some open disagreements with agents backstage. No context was given about what kind of disagreements Ivelisse had with the AEW staff backstage, but there were problems. Ivelisse also tweeted out saying, history repeats itself, unfortunately. I speak up about mistreatment and get let go. Yep. So, do you guys understand where I'm coming from when talking about Ivelisse? Do you guys understand why I look at Ivelisse and have to say to myself, girl, I don't give a shit what position you put yourself into. The only position you should be into right now is doggy style, somewhere on pouring up and getting me ready for my sock. Now you see why? She likes to blame others for her own responsibility. She literally has such a narcissistic, egotistical way about herself that literally nothing is her fault. Even when we see with our own eyes her being completely and utterly unprofessional. Whether it's on Twitter, acting like a complete asshat like what you see right now, or whether it's inside of the ring and you see how she was treating Thunder Rosa. I do not care for the context in regards to her and Thunder Rosa's relationship. You went on television and you did the things that you did and you got blackballed. When you got blackballed from AEW specifically, you put yourself into a position where other big wrestling companies noticed how much of an asshat you were. Therefore, you had to work on the indie circuit. When you work on the indie circuit and some of these, I don't even want to say third world also with those, but I'll keep the cliche going, the Jim Cornette cliche. When you work these mud shows, what do you expect to happen? Huh? You took yourself off of everybody's radar. You pretty much burnt a lot of bridges along the way. So now you put yourself into a position to work unknown territories, unknown indie bookings, and you expect people to see your hard work. It's insanity! It's insanity! Accountability is a thing that we just do not want to use in the year of our Lord of 2023. But I'm going to be the person to point it out for you. I haven't talked about Ivelisse in about 2 years. And honestly, that's 2 years too long in my opinion. But here we are again. Ivelisse, stop being a bitch. Stop being a cunt. Look yourself in the mirror. Point at that mirror. Because that's the person who you need to blame. Now turn around from that mirror, go outside that door, go put on some skimpy outfits, get outside, and make that motherfucking money! No, I'm joking. Seriously, Ivelisse, gotta do better, bro. As always, my name is Devontae. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, wait for it. Deuces, P-Eyes.